everyone, Lisa Enos here with your next updo video. This is the one we're going to do today. It's just this pretty, elegant, classic barrel roll updo, which I think never goes out of style. So this is my sectioning. Okay, so I just did a big ponytail right on top of the crown through here, and all I have is a half moon section through there. So this goes really fast, super easy. Now, all you want to do to make sure that you get a smooth ponytail base is you want to just take your rat tail comb, or you can take a chopstick, place it at the front hairline, make sure it goes all the way through, and just pull it back. Okay, that's going to just smooth out any bumps, flyaways that you might have. And if you get a lot of flyaways right through the base here, just want to spray like a freezing spray, spray it up, and then get the end of your rat tail comb and just smooth it up, and it'll stick right to that base. Okay, so this is how we're going to start the front. I'm just going to take a slice out of the top of my ponytail right here. All right, I'm just going to do just a little bit of back combing just to give me a little bit of structure through my barrel curl through there, and I'm just going to smooth out the top as much as I can through there. Now, how big you want your barrel curl determines where you want to put your bobby pin. If I want a short barrel curl, then I'm going to put my bobby pin closer to the base here, and that's going to give me a really short barrel curl. But I want mine bigger, so I'm going to put mine down the shaft, about halfway down the shaft. Okay, so I'm just going to pin it there. I'm going to hold this tail, and I'm just going to bring that around, pin it to the base. That's just going to give me this really pretty barrel curl right in the front. Now I'm going to do with this tail is I'm going to bring this around to the front and just let it hang there for right now. All right, and then I'm going to move to the side to this section, and I'm just going to take a slice from underneath my ponytail there. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to tease just a little bit to that base. It's going to give me some structure. I'm going to grab my bobby pin. I'm going to put it halfway down the shaft because I want a bigger barrel. So I'm going to put it about halfway down the shaft right here. I'm going to grab this tail. I'm going to flip this tail over and then pin that right to the base of my ponytail right there. And I'm just going to spread this out just a little bit right through here. And I'm just going to let that tail come and flip and just form this really pretty loop for me. Okay, so now I like to go side to side, so I'm going to start and I'm going to go to this side of this barrel curl, and I'm just going to take a slice from underneath, slice it from underneath. I'm going to get a little bit more through there. Okay, same thing. I'm just going to give it a little bit of a tease. I want to make sure I go back. Now you're not going all the way through and taking out that back combing, you're just kind of just raking over the very top of that hair just to make that really nice and smooth. Grab my bobby pin, okay, go halfway down my shaft, right through here. I'm gonna grab this tail, I'm gonna flip it, turn it, I'm just gonna put my ponytail right, or my big barrel right to my ponytail base, right through there. All right, I'm just gonna let this come around, flip, and just form this really pretty loop, and I'm just going to spray it to just hold it for me for a minute, just like that. Okay, now I'm going to do the very back one, so I want to get this up out of the way, this middle part, so I can use that later to build on top of this. So I'm just going to let that hang in the front, and I'm just going to do it again, back comb just a little through here. Smooth that out. You want to work nice and clean. Don't want to see a bunch of flyaways. I'm going to grab my bobby pin, put it halfway down my shaft. I'm going to grab this, flip it up, and then I'm going to pin it to my base of my ponytail. Okay. Now, if I want this a little bit more, I'm just going to kind of slide that apart, and then I'm just going to leave this hanging for right now because I'm going to work with that later. All right, so then you're going to have this middle ponytail left, okay? Part of this ponytail. And you want to do the same thing. We're just going to slice a section of this ponytail. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to just back comb underneath, depending on which way you want your barrel to go, but I'm gonna go mine forward. So I'm gonna go underneath there. I'm gonna smooth out my top as much as I can because I wanna work really clean. Okay, I'm gonna take a bobby pin and I'm going to go just about halfway up through here. I'm going to grab this tail, but I'm going to pin it right to the base of the top of this barrel curl that I just put on there. Just like that. And that's how we're gonna build height. And that's why you need a little bit of a structure of a backcombing in that one to help support this upper one. Okay, so then I'm gonna grab the tail of this one and I'm going to put it toward the end of this barrel right here. And we're going to just, again, we're going to just pin it to the top of this barrel. Okay, this is going to give us a lot more height. All right, and then we're just going to build just like that throughout here. So I can get about 2 more through here. I want to slice this here. All right, so I'm going to go and give me some strength in that barrel curl. I'm going to smooth out the top. I'm going to place my pin mid-shaft, okay? Bring this up and around, and we're going to pin this. Now you can see it if you want to go this way with your tail, or if you want to go this way. I don't think I want to go that way, so I'm just going to bring that, pin it, bring it around, pin it to the top of my other loop there. Okay, and then I'm going to bring this loop up and just build this top through here. And this one you can start grabbing hairpins just to redirect these loops or to bring them down just a little bit. And I'm going to bring this one down. I'm going to go up underneath here and slide that down, and that's just going to help me build and also help me secure more of these loops to that top loop there. And just use these tails just to make this really pretty design. Just let them flip up through there. Okay, and then this is where you're just gonna eye it. And I don't like all that space right there, so I'm gonna close that up just a little. I'm gonna come from behind that curl and I'm gonna just pin that down. See, it's all about balance in a hairdo. You wanna make sure, and go in with the working spray just to help you get the look that you're wanting. And that's just gonna help hold things for you temporarily while you go in and you pin that all into place. So I've got one more curl back here we're gonna work with. Okay, I'm gonna just give that a slight back combing just to give me structure, give me strength in that barrel curl. Grab my pin, going to go halfway down the shaft through here. I'm going to grab this tail, I'm going to flip this pin over, and I'm going to pin it right to the base of those other barrels. All right, now I'm going to split this in two because I'm just going to start to build just a design and let those just swirl up into my hairdo. All right, I'm going to let my hairspray help me hold that temporarily. I don't go in with a lot of hairspray until I really like the look, okay? Because if I have to change anything, I want to be able to take it out easily and change it. So I'm going to use that. I'm going to take this tail, we're going to flip this, just let it create this really pretty swirl design. Just with that tail, create that. I got this one tail left here. I'm going to do the same. I'm going to bring this up and around. I'm going to let that swirl. right through there to really give me this beautiful barrel curl, okay? Now you gotta find balance and everything. So if I find something that's sticking up too much, I'm gonna start to really try to bring it down. And you'll just have to look in the mirror. Your mirror's your best friend. Just keep looking at it, and you wanna look at it all different angles to make sure that you've got balance. You want beautiful hair 360 all the way around, okay? Okay, so this front section, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring this back into a knot. Okay, so all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get this nice and smooth through here. Now, I'm just gonna bring this, I'm gonna bring this around and I'm gonna put my 2 fingers there. I'm gonna flip it, bring that tail through my 2 fingers, and I'm gonna pull it through. Now, this is where you can determine, do I want this over to the side? Do I want to bring it right back more to the center? Do I want to bring it way over here, depending on the height that you want to get right through there? I want to bring it right into this area here, because you might want to see, where do I want this to fill in through this section, you know, but this is going to give me just really pretty texture through here. So I'm going to pin this knot right through the middle of this. I'm going to go underneath, but I'm going to pin it right through the middle of that knot. And that one pin is going to hold that knot for me right there. Now I can determine where I want to bring this. You know, if I want to do a really pretty flip going this way. And you see, that's the thing, is you want to see where that curl wants to lay. All right? If you're going to fight a curl, it's going to eventually work its way the way it wants to go. So if you not fight it and just work with it the way that it wants to bend, then you're going to have just a really successful, long-lasting updo. Okay, so I'm going to bring this. I like it laying here. So I'm just going to take a bobby pin up through underneath. I'm going to slide that in. I'm going to let this tail just flip over right through here. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to take a lot of hairpins and I'm just going to start securing where I think I'm going to need a lot of support. And I always go up underneath the curl. I don't like to see any pins in a hairdo. I've seen a lot of really pretty updos, but then to me you see pins everywhere and it really takes away from your art of your updo. It should just look like it's sitting there all by itself, you know, with no help. So you're just going to go in and you're just going to start placing hairpins anywhere that I might need support through this hairstyle, okay? Anywhere I'm going to try to anchor some of these swirly pieces up underneath. If I see a pin, I'm going to take it back out. I'm going to restructure it just so I'm not going to see a pin in the hairdo, okay? And then you've just got this beautiful updo through here. Now, you want to look for balance. So if I see something that I'm off a little bit, then I'm going to pull here and there, and I'm going to try to fill in that area that I think needs just a little bit more volume. And I'm going to go in and make sure that everything is balanced. Now see, I've got this little area sticking up through here. So I'm just going to go in with the pin underneath here. I'm just going to secure that down just a little bit. I'm going to go back just through areas that I just really want to anchor, just to give me this really beautiful, just barrel curl with tails updo. Now, you know, I like to put bling. I like to put a lot of bling in my hairstyle because I just think it really makes everything pop. So I'm just going to find places that I'm just going to set these little jewel pieces in, just to make everything just pop. But they're also a great way to hide pins that you cannot hide. This is just a great way just to camouflage those areas in there. And we're just going to place these in here and there. is to form this beautiful barrel with tails updo. Okay, thanks for watching, everyone.